Hello everybody, it's your boy here Mintleaf, YouTube's most skillish gamer. Welcome back to another episode of Reverse 1999, Update 2.3, Chronicles of Uluru London Dawning. Last we left off, we completed 2, 3, and 4, where we got a little bit of a closer look at Willow and her relationship with a little girl called Flutterpage right here. And today we're going to continue with LD05, Little Knocker Upper, all the way to number 7. So, Little Knocker Upper, the wind blowing through this place has seen everything.
Good morning, sir, madam. This here's your wake-up call. Rise and shine, wakey time.
Enough! I said enough with the gal. I'm already awake, ain't I? So stop buzzing around.
Wakey, wakey, morning's here. Mrs. Wilson, you awake? You can't be late again, or old Mr. Pig Eyes will be on you with his belt. What happened? Didn't she hear me? Oi, who did that? Shut up already, Liberty. Didn't you know Mrs. Wilson was sick? She's sick? What's wrong? Doesn't hurt like swallowing a burning coal, does it? Who told you that? Yeah, maybe. Plenty of folks have been getting that too. My dad says it's a curse. It's not a curse, dummy. I'm no dummy, Liberty. You are. Believing anything what that hag told you. She's a dirty, ugly old liar. And she's the one who cursed everyone here. She's a toad what can't get out of her house to see sunlight, and decided to curse us all just 'cause she didn't like the fair. Have you gone off your rocker, Freddy? Just leave me alone. I got work to do. That's work, eh? You call knocking on people's window work? I climb up in the steam turbines to tighten up the screws, and I clean them chimneys from the inside. Think you can do that, eh? But I don't want to tighten screws or climb up chimneys. I don't like the smells. Oh, so you like the smell of this black fog, do you? All thanks to your wicked hag friend. Go away. Ugh. Huh? What the? The fog lady taught me this. Lady? You mean that hag? I should have guessed. You'd be that ugly toad witch's apprentice. You're not my friend anymore. It's not snail delivery day, but after she threw me out of the house last time, maybe I'll go apologize. Maybe then I can learn some more tricks from her, or at least read her books. hello. Now, why didn't you let Miss Tooth Fairy in last time? She's not a bad person. She even gave me some flying medicine. It was sweet and sour. You think Miss Willow's lonely? She needs new friends, and maybe some flying medicine too. But this time, I won't go through the window. Not that I get why she was so mad. Was it that I stopped her from eating breakfast, maybe? Well, time to figure it out. I bet if I walk in from the front door, she won't be so angry. What's wrong?
Miss Flutterpage? What in the blazes are you doing here? Good Lord, I hope you didn't get hurt.
Mr. Hat!
Miss Bartley, I'd advise you to please stay a safe distance back.
No. Just look at the state of this garden. Oh, Charlotte, what have you been through to fall this far?
Wait, who's that now? Charlotte Bartley? Okay. So these are the Carbinicles. Hold on, let me look at them. Created that with what is the gimmick of this event other than the smoke? It seems what's called damage reflection, true damage reflection. Oh, they look. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned before. They look kind of awful. They're like molding, right? That's mold. Okay. I'm to smack them all with my good friend Andronala and also Marcus. This should last less than a whole minute.
Give it a try.
And I was right, this lasted indeed less than a minute because they all folded like
Don't act
paper.
surprised. It's just another day on the job.
Okay, fantastic.
Thank goodness, you're in one piece.
I don't get it. They ain't never bit me before.
Well, you must always stay alert when you encounter critters, even in a familiar place. That's some genuine ranger's advice.
A ranger? Are you really a ranger? Can you be a ranger without a real horse? Will I get a hat like you if I get to be a ranger? Hi, miss. Are you here for the lady living here? Miss, you look a lot like Miss Willow, the fog lady. So straight and proper like a swan.
Miss Willow, you said?
Yes, Miss Willow. Did she say you were allowed to call her that too, miss?
Allowed? What kind of nutter has she become? Thank you for taking me here, Mr. Brimley. I can handle the rest myself.
You're welcome. Let's go, shall we? Hey, little tacker? It's not safe to leave you here. I'll escort you to the hospital. Miss Tooth Fairy needs your help.
All right. I thought a hospital was a big building. This is more like a fair. Only with sick people.
Well, you're right there, mate. It's not your typical hospital. Arthur's calling it the London Emergency Relief Centre for Special Tuberculosis Patients.
But it's still kind of a hospital, ain't it? Who's that Swan lady? She's not from Cross Street. How did she know Miss Fog Lady?
Swan? I suppose you mean Miss Caroline Bartley. We're hoping she'll be our lifesaver.
Lifesaver?
Exactly so. See, my hat friend. We civil servants can actually accomplish a thing or two. We found Miss Bartley, a shining star of Uluru, a talented competitor, and above all, she's an insider. She arrived in London days ago, looking for our fog lady. She claimed to be an old acquaintance. Some luck, isn't it? If she can figure out the connection between her, the black fog, and this fiery TB... Oh, speaking of which, that Miss Willow truly has a special name.
Heh. What are you laughing at? How long have you been up, mate?
Sleep? Who needs to sleep at a time like this? I'm more than energetic. I'm a veritable locomotive. Better than ever.
Arthur, you need to get some shut-eye, mate.
Is that what you think? That I'll just go back home for a little rest now? Now of all times? Dead wrong, mate. We've got rounds to make at the London Emergency Relief Centre for special tuberculosis patients. Come with me, my chapeau chap. We've got a city to save.
Oh, all right. Miss Flutterpage, go find Miss Tooth Fairy, would you? She said your arcane skill might be of some help.
My arcane skill? Help? How can I help a witch doctor? Maybe Miss Tooth Fairy will tell me. But where is she? So many people here. I can hardly tell them from one another. Oh, but she has got those golden fairies with her. Maybe I can see them. Like how Miss Willow taught me.
To control the wind, you need to learn to see it first. Can you see the wind, lass?
Only when it's blowing something around, like dust or old paper. But I ain't got nothing like that with me now. I used all of it when Freddy tried to catch me. Is there anything else I can use? Oh, I see it.
What was this wind, eh? Where's it coming from? Oi, me hat!
Please, is there any good Samaritan who can spare a blanket? Oh, God bless you.
Fairy.
Flutterpage, there you are. What's wrong?
We've got to find a way to clear up the sky.
Okay, interesting. So now they're gonna actually start heading to the part where they clear up the smog, I think. Now what is this? That thick stubborn, some liken it to pea soup, others to the famous Spartan black broth. I've never heard of the Spartan black broth. What is this? So the black fog is actually... What is the black fog? It's more than meets the eye, right? It's not just some terrible natural event. I mean, it could be, but maybe it's most likely human or arcanist. Anyway, moving on to LD06, Black Swan. A self-portrait, a reflective depiction of oneself. I've never seen the ballet and I don't plan on seeing it because I can't appreciate ballet and I don't want to learn how to appreciate ballet because that's just fancy stuff.
It's been near a week. This is how the world works. I should have known. I'm always too naive. A dead mouse. Classic. Sure to disgust me. Rotten apples and eggs from that boring old codger. I suppose he's down to his last teeth now. Soon enough, the only thing he'll be eating is porridge. Bit of comfort in knowing he hates porridge. Hands burnt by steam. It's a curse. Bumping into ghosts during the Samhain. Curse. Lost everything betting on the ponies. Each and every misfortune must surely be Willow's curse. Superstitious fools. Shysters. Brats. Oh, well now these are new, aren't they? Blood-stained rags. Wonderful. Sooner or later, they'll all cough their lungs out.
No! Away with you!
Horrible. No, I don't need to cast my arcane skills. Stand up. Stand up. You loser, you. Ugh. I need machine lubricant. I suppose I need to buy some. I can do this. I will do this. All by myself. Nothing to it. Let's go. Shop closed due to illness, while the owner has gone to Miss Tooth Fairy for treatment. Please leave your name, order, and address on the list below, and we will deliver it to your home as soon as the owner recovers. Tooth Fairy. All right. Then I can find the owner if I go to this Tooth Fairy. Is she some kind of doctor, then? Not that she could treat what ails me anyway, eh? What other shops might sell canary saliva and lanolin snail's slime? All this time I could have done this, if only I hadn't relied on others for so long. There must be another store for arcane supplies, but... I think I need to lie down. Sports fanatics, black fog, strange tuberculosis. All these things have nothing to do with me. All I need are my ingredients, nothing more. I ought to just order what I need as a home delivery. Ask them to leave the package at the entrance of the garden once a week. As for the fees, I'll just have to sell all me old medals. That'll be enough to support me until I become a proper hag. Then I can never leave my house till the day I die. There's something dark rising up from the water. It's nothing special. A bit of old rope, or an old boot. Why can't it be a swan? A black swan here? Really? That's why you ought to go out more often. Else you'll miss these precious moments. A chance to see something special, like a black swan. Look at it. Some creatures are born with these smooth, pitch-black feathers. But it's only under the sunlight that you can see their iridescent shine. That's when all the other animals can only look on and feel themselves inferior. They can never stand out from the crowd in the same way. Your silence is an answer. I know it. Just as I know every time you lash out and curse, you're cursing your own failure. Walk closer, Charlotte. Why don't we take a better look at it? Look at its gracefully long neck, those magnificent wings, and how it glides across the water. All swans are beautiful, but only the black feathers make it truly stand out. It brings back some memories, don't it? The feeling of being one with the swans and the flow of each step of our dance. We were so close to perfection. All we needed was for you to spread your wings and fly. Fly to Paris, Cairo, Istanbul, and eventually to the Uluru Rock. Then it comes to me, and I can hold it in my arms, lift it above my head. This perfect, shining golden medal, standing on the Uluru Rock.
Miss Willow, but what are you doing out here? You've got to move. Black fog is coming straight for you.
Ignore the noise. Eyes on the swan. It's only a tacky white swan covered in soot. How ridiculous it looks now, wearing that false disguise. The poor thing, it must have been covered accidentally.
Miss Willow, why are you looking at that swan? It's dead.
Of course it's dead and gone. That's right. What kind of swan would want to be with something so ugly and stained? Of course it's ended up alone. Died alone. What else were you expecting? You didn't really believe that spread your wings and fly bollocks, did you?
Hello? Can you hear me, Miss Willow?
You ought to thank the black fog for lifting your illusion. Now you can see it rightly. You're not some special black swan that was born to greatness. You're nothing but.
Miss Willow, What's wrong with your leg?
But a cripple.
Come back, Flutterpage. Why didn't you tell me about your...
You're much stronger than I thought, Miss Willow, if you allow me to address you as such.
Leave me be. I'm going home.
I'll walk you home. I got you. Miss Tooth Fairy and I was just chasing after the black fog, but I can walk you home first.
I just want to go home.
I'll go with you.
Flutterpage.
Huh?
Stop following me!
Miss Willow!
I just want to go home! I don't want you to follow me.
Wow, that's kind of a sad look at Willow. It really feels like she's reminiscing about her past, and it seems that the injury has really changed her to be more... I mean, it's really hurt her, so... I mean, it's a very common trope, but... I mean, you never... I don't think you would ever feel not sorry, I guess, for characters like that. Even though this trope has been used like quite a number of times, but still. Okay, let's go to... As Willow goes back into her house, let's continue with LD07 brunch. This gap, fill it up with tangible things like warm hugs and heartfelt embraces.
The floor ritual is one of the most popular events of the Uluru Games. It has a bewitching style that generates a resonance between the dancer and audience. Charlotte was a genius. She was born for it, and God has sent her a coach covered in dark feathers and skilled in ancient Celtic runes. Coach Raven taught her the primal witch dance that ignited a fire within her. At least, until that tragedy 10 years ago, which took her leg. Coach Raven had given her a pocket of flower seeds as a reward for all her diligent practicing. It said they were from the druids in the forests of Glastonbury. I guess she planted them around her house and got this garden. Now all these bizarre plants share the same strange air with their owner. Thank you again for having me over. That's all I have to say about Charlotte.
What's a druid? Is it a place? Do they have canaries and snails there?
A druid isn't a place. It's a title. An identity.
Identity? Oh, like a name. Just like Flutterpage, right?
Thank you for your cooperation, Miss Bartley. I'm sorry to be taking you away from your practice. Yes, you should be. I don't much enjoy being bothered by stuffed-up bureaucrats. But if you ask me, I will tell you that it isn't Charlotte that's summoning the black fog. I stand by that. I swear it on all my honor as an Uluru competitor. We're witches, but not in the traditional sense. We practice witchcraft to win medals instead of summoning devils.
We trust you at your word. It seems like that concludes our investigation into this fog hag. Thanks again, Miss Bartley.
Miss Tooth Fairy, if you do want to thank me, mind doing me a favor? Please do something, anything to bring her out of this hole she's dug for herself. Whatever you do, break down her door, drag her out by her hair, even blow up that old mansion. Just don't let her hide in her stupid house. She'll let you inside now. There's no longer any power preventing you. I can sense it.
You know this place well. Have you visited her here before?
I think Miss Bartley wants to come in with us.
Maybe so, but she's made her choice. She doesn't want to join us inside. Let's go, Flutterpage. We still have work to do.
Whatever you say, Miss Witch Doctor.
The door isn't locked. Let's get inside. Sorry to interrupt. Diets high in sugar and fatty oils may well lead to stomach illness, Miss O'Hagan. I choose the name Tooth Fairy instead of my real name, Campbell. But did you choose to let people call you Willow? Or do you prefer the name Charlotte O'Hagan? That is the name of an excellent Uluru floor ritualist.
Tooth Fairy. Some kind of doctor, right? I think your prescription is a little fuzzy. I'm no athlete. I've only got one leg. This Charlotte has nothing to do with Willow. Just like I've nothing to do with the Uluru Games.
So far as I know, the Uluru Games do not exclude people with disabilities from full participation.
To be sure, but only if you enjoy parading yourself around for embarrassment. I think I'll pass, thanks.
No one should feel embarrassed by competing, least of all the competitors challenging themselves. That is the point of the Uluru spirit.
Excuse me? I don't remember having asked you for a running commentary.
I'm sure you already know the answer in your heart. You have wisdom and experience.
Who even invited you here? It's time you leave.
I'm here representing our mutual friend, Flutterpage.
What for?
I understand that usually the only one welcome inside is Flutterpage, but I'm here to apologize on her behalf.
Apologize? What's this?
An apology gift. She ran off a little before sunrise to collect these for you. She collects these arcane creatures you use to make the lubricant for your prosthesis, right? But she's afraid that you'll get angry at her again, so she asked me to give it to you.
Oh, I see. Now I'm the hateful, angry, wicked witch.
No, you're not. The things that these people say about you, they aren't true. As I mentioned, Flutterpage wanted to apologize because, quote, she didn't want to break your heart. Miss Bartley has told her many things about you. She never knew you're such an outstanding competitor.
Caroline?
So, will you accept her gift?
Ugh, nosy little brat. Where is she now? In the temporary hospital?
You want to see her?
Don't push me! All right, it's my own fault. I shouldn't have treated her that way. That what you wanted to hear, is it? Fine then. You'll have what you want. Just take me to her.
She's waiting by the door.
What?
Miss Willow.
Fine. Come on in then. Stop your crying. Listen, I shouldn't have treated you so wickedly the last time. And the time before that. Now would you stop that crying? At least not here in my... Oi.
I'm sorry. I'm really very to your house no more. I'll only come in when you let me. I'll do anything you ask. Say anything you need me to say, miss. So, could I still come around again sometime?
Stop your crying first, lass.
Okay, I'll stop crying. Can I help you?
Enough. Enough. I've had too much of this for one day. Would you mind if I politely asked you to leave? You do have a black fog to chase after all, don't you? Just so you know, it truly has nothing to do with me.
Miss O'Hagan.
Call me Willow, child. What else do you want to say?
Would you let the food stay in your tummy for a bit longer? Eat a little more. I don't want you to be so skinny.
All right, now leave me be, please. She's seen too much of this embarrassing side of me.
Well, at least Willow and Flutterpage have made up. That is quite nice, honestly. Let's take a look at what this has to say. A compilation of potion recipes from popular books such as Common Household Potions Handbook and Anyone Can Be an Alchemist Simple and Easy Brewing Techniques. Okay, you guys can read through this as well. Oh, that is kind of... Oh. So that's why she actually needs those ingredients. So Willow has actually been treating... She's been making her own lubricant. And she's also been treating her own chronic pain. Which... I can see why she's really grumpy. Kind of like House. And to be honest, kind of like anyone with chronic pain. Because it's probably not fun. Thankfully, I don't have any. But it's probably not fun. Anyway, that is it for today's episode of Reverse 1999. Update 2.3. Chronicles of Uluru, London Dawning. I am going to get very tired of saying that name again and again. But yeah, this was a very nice little... So far, I like the characterization a lot. I think that's always been Reverse's strongest point when it comes to characterization. Other than Junyangzi, because I didn't play the story, and also because people said it's not very fun. And also, actually, technically, the last episode we just played through, technically, Lopera's characterization was the best, but sometimes with the too many side characters like Mr. Duncan and White Rum, they kind of just don't do jack anyway. But this is a lot nice. This story feels a lot tighter because you really only have, so far you really only have Willow and Flutterpage. You're really bringing them out a lot. Tooth Fairy, you don't have to do too much because Tooth Fairy is an old character. Her time to shine really came in the Nightmare on Green Lake event, as well as some other, and as well as her own story, obviously. But yeah, that's it for this episode. See you all for the next episode. Take care. Bye bye. Love you all.